From the makers of rape culture, unjust wars, and everything bad, I'm unboxing Masculinity.
Yeah, no, fuck this, I'm done. Nope. No. Yeah, wait, hold on. But what about the rest of the video? You can't just leave. No. We haven't even started. What? Come on. What? No, I'm done. No. Just no. Well, looks like you guys are stuck with me. So,
Friends, you know the drill. Each week I unbox the sickest abstract concepts.
By sick, do you mean really cool, radical, and like awesome? Or do you mean like filled with depravity, disgusting, and untoward, or morally reprehensible? I'm a little confused based on your tone of voice. Because I mean, you know, I mean, you started the video out with is masculinity is the cause of everything bad, or at least the people who made everything bad made masculinity. So I'm a little confused, but your tone of voice implies you're using sickest as like cool or awesome. I don't know if it's sarcasm or I don't know. I'm a little confused. The English language confuses the shit out of me, man. It really does. Did you know that the word literally means actual, as in the very thing, and figuratively at the same time? What the fuck?
And this week, I'm unboxing a product that literally rules the world. Now,
it just happened. It just happened. It just, I said it, and it happened. You did it. You proved my point about how fucking confusing the English language is. Do you mean literally, as in this thing actually controls the world, or figuratively? I don't know. You would think that there would be a word to describe an abstract concept, which doesn't mean the actual thing, like figuratively. But no, people use literally to mean figuratively. And it doesn't even make any fucking sense. People are so stupid. I don't even know. I'm already confused. And we're only like 15 seconds in. This does not bode well. Oh man, I'm not used to this whole response video thing.
I was always made fun of for not having this as a kid.
What? No.
So I'm so excited that I finally got my hands on it to see what all the fuss is about. There's a warning label. Yes! So before anything else, you'll see a pair of velvet gloves. Now, this comes standard, and this product may seem really durable and strong, but it's actually incredibly fragile.
You know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. ZZZ! Come on! Come back! No, I'm not doing it. I already told you I'm not doing it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't know why you keep asking me, because I'm not doing it. The answer is no. I don't want to do it either. I don't want to do this. I'm not supposed to do it. I'm just supposed to, you know, make punchlines and randomly appear. I'm not supposed to be, you know, the main attraction. I don't want to do it. Come on. You know what gets me? You wanna know why I'm not going to do it? You know what gets me and why I'm not going to do this? Because every single time we get bitched at about how masculinity is bad and evil, it's always by some skinny, weak, effeminate man who probably more than likely not didn't grow up without his father. I'm not going to sit here and be lectured about masculinity from a man that's not masculine and has no idea what the concept is. In fact, you want to know what that entire video probably is? I can summarize that entire video in one line. It's this. This is the line. Well, I didn't want to be masculine anyway. That is the whole video. No, I'm not doing it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Diablo 3. If this game will fucking open. This fucking computer. You know, when you put it like that, yeah, this probably is exactly what this video is going to be. Which then begs the question as to why am I still here? Why am I still doing this?
So when you're handling it, just make sure to treat it like delicate porcelain without ever making it feel that way.
You know, one thing that bothers me a great deal about effeminate individuals such as yourself, and feminists and some young ladies, is the fact that they always confuse the act of constantly trying to prove your masculinity with masculinity. I mean, if you are masculine, you don't need to constantly prove to everyone all the time that you're masculine, because you just exude it in everything that you do. The problem, or what you would think people with, I don't know, functioning cognitive system would understand, is that if you're constantly proving your masculinity, it actually means that you're very insecure. You're confusing the two things. Being an insecure person means that you're prone to be offended and to be hurt, and you have to treat delicately. But someone who's strong in their opinions and strong in their personal self-image doesn't need to constantly prove themselves all the time. That, honestly, just shows the understanding of an individual who does not have masculinity. But I mean, I'm not telling us something we don't already know, now am I?
Oh, thank God. It is a gas mask and a protective suit. You can't always see the toxins. Sometimes they're in the form of harassment, sometimes it's violence, and sometimes it's just a constant stream of quotes from the movie Wedding Crashers that were never actually funny to begin with.
What the fuck does that even have to do with any? What even? I am a young white girl now. What even? I can't even. I can't even. What does that have to do with anything? And just do me a favor. Can we just take a step back for a second?
Harassment, sometimes it's violence, and sometimes it's...
So you mean to tell me that women don't women don't do mean, violent things. There's no such thing as a bad, evil woman. No. If a woman is being bad, evil, that means she's being masculine, because masculinity is the swarm and this diffusion of evil. Masculinity is the prime evil, mixture of Asmodan, Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo. You know, all of them just all mixed together. Isn't that right, Zeus? Fucking asshole. Anyway, I mean, but seriously, you mean to tell me, and this is something that I find interesting and amazing, you're actually trying to paint that masculinity is the key to evil in this world, that masculinity is bad or evil. Like, there's no woman that's ever done anything wrong. There's no one that's ever been mean or evil. Never. And if you even mention it to some of these people, some of these feminists or these effeminate individuals, if you even say it, like they pretend like it's not even a fucking thing. Like if you were to just be like, what about Elizabeth Bathory? They're like, what? Huh? What? Huh? What? Elizabeth who? What? What's a? I don't know. You may as well had say, what about Bigfoot? What about the Loch Ness monster? That's how these people view evil women. They're not even a thing. They're not even real. Evil woman. What is that? What's that? Marie Antoinette? What? Huh? What is that? I mean, seriously, dude, come on. You really think that masculinity is the reason why there's evil in this world? Really? Fucking really? Come on, give me a break. And another thing I forgot to add before we continue was, just the other day, me and Zeus were talking about the concept of men, women, and honor, and how we don't really seem to think that... Alright, so what are we talking about? What are you doing? What are you doing? I was in the middle of talking and here you are. What are you doing? What? Oh, Diablo 3's not opening up, so I just thought I would come in and do the what are you really? What are you really doing this right now? I was just asking. I'm just wondering, you know, just wondering, you know. First you were begging me to come back, right? And now I'm back. And now you're like, no, go away, go do something else. What are you, a woman now? What are you doing? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Okay, just don't. No. I mean, seriously, like, what? I mean, I don't know what you want. I mean, you want me to do a video or not? I mean, I can leave. You know, I can go eat a Pop-Tart or something. Well, I mean, it's your show, and you're better at this whole response video thing. So, So you got it. It's your show. I mean, you go ahead. You can do it. All right. So what were you talking about? What is going on here? Oh yeah, what I was saying about men, women, and violence, and honor, and you know the conversation we had the other day. You know. Oh. Yes, I remember that conversation. Yes, I remember that conversation. Yeah, we were talking about how interestingly enough, I mean, obviously it doesn't affect all men, but an interesting thing that I've noticed is how when men fight each other, when men have, you know, combat sessions, it's more like mock combat. You know, most men, when they fight each other, they aren't actually fighting to kill each other or maim each other in any permanent way. Obviously, they want to hurt you, you know, you got a fist and everything, but most men, when they fight, interestingly enough, some guys, when they're done fighting, actually obtain respect for each other. And they just end whatever problem they had, it's just done. It's over. You know? And even when men fight, there's usually, not always, there's usually like a cap. There's usually like a point you won't go past, you won't go beyond. But when women fight each other, no, that fucking cap is gone. They will, with their fucking claws, will scratch at each other. They'll like get their hair right in the knot and just fucking wail on them. I mean, the interesting thing that I've noticed, I mean, like if people break men apart, usually that's the end of the fight. Not with women, man. They're still scratching and clawing. With women, even when women try to, you know, go up to men, right? They'll kick them right in the fucking balls or some shit like that, right? Or some women will attack men knowing full well there's a bunch of other men that aren't going to let bad things happen to her, you know? In terms of honor, in that context, men will fight other men knowing, you know, I'm not here to fucking maim or kill this person. I'm just trying to win this fight. I'm just trying to show him I'm not a bitch. And if you show them you're not a bitch, you're not a coward, usually it ends right there. But for women, no. And even then, what women will do is they'll either attack you passive-aggressively, right? They'll spread rumors about you, call you a bunch of mean names, and destroy your social sphere, and they'll isolate you. I mean, with men don't try to isolate other men. They deal with this shit right in front of them. But that's not women. You know, women have a different type of violence. When women actually go to violence, there's no cap, there's no honor, there's no point of which stops them from going forward. And of course, again, this isn't all men like that, but there's more men who have a cap than there aren't. Otherwise, you see a bunch of people just straight strung out, bloodied on the street, or just straight dead. And even in medieval periods, when men had to fight, you know, again, it was still honor bound. You know, if you cheated, the other men would kill you on the spot. Anyway, the point that I'm making is there's honor in combat. There's honor when men deal with each other. But that honor is often lacking when it comes to women, when it comes to women fighting other women, or women dealing with other women. They don't have that same code of honor. Women don't even have that shit when they deal with men. You ever notice, guys, you're arguing with a woman, they'll bring up some shit you're insecure about? Why? Because they want to hurt you. But as a man, you don't do that to her. You know, you don't call her fat, right? If she's insecure about being fat, you don't do that. But a woman, it will get their comment, it's just an arrow, their bow, which is their mouth, and just right at that fucking insecure target. And they do it. And for women, they don't care. They don't give a fuck. And then that is the conversation we were having the other day. It's interesting to me that you want to put violence under the category of masculinity when it's women who are violent without any fucking cap, without any understanding of honor. And it's men who at the very least will probably put a stop to most shit that they're doing. I'm just saying.
But either way, always be prepared. Heck yeah! It's a ruler! Use it to measure random body parts to senselessly determine virtue and power. And don't worry, it always rounds up, helping you see the number you want, not the one that's real. Cool! 8.5 inches!
Let's be real with each other for a second, okay? Let's have a heart-to-heart moment here, Braham, brah. K dude, K brah. Let's be real with each other. Why do you think, seriously, let's put all our cards on the table. Why do you think a man would judge his worth and status on his penis? Let's think about that one for a second, right? Because, you know, guys, you know, we've all had dick measuring contests. What? For what reason? For what possible reason would a man give a shit about the penis size of another man? You can't do anything with that information. It's never going to show up on a test. Never. You're never going to be taking a test like, oh, how long is Jimmy's dick? Nigga told me last night, 6.7 inches. Never. That information will never be relevant to any other man. that information will be relevant to gay men. That's right. Gay men would care about the size of dicks of other men, right? It's very homoerotic if you think about it. But you want to know the group of people that will probably care even more than the small population of gay men? What would those people be? I just, in my brain always just forgets the name of that group of people. It's half of our population, but I forget the population that would be concerned with the size of men's dicks. What would be the name of that group of people, I wonder? Who would be those people? Now, all joking aside, seriously, it's my honest and firm belief that if gay men didn't start this trend, it was women. It is women's fault that men care about the dick size of other men, because men are measuring their worth and their value to women. Bearing in mind, the only people who really get anything out of a big dick is not really the man who possesses the dick, it's the woman that he's putting the dick inside of. Just saying.
Alright, I don't totally get it, but it's a picture of two men kissing. Kinda weird.
I'm afraid I don't really get the joke here. I mean, for starters, how exactly was that image even inside of the box of masculinity to begin with? Did it make the box heavier? Maybe it did. I mean, was it pushing down on the box? Wouldn't the box expand because it couldn't control homoerotic imagery? I mean, it's a little confusing. But more than that, one thing that I find interesting is intellectuality. Now, this is just me, but it actually makes more sense to me that gay men are hyper-masculine than gay men are feminine. Or at least that would make sense if my theory is correct. My theory on homosexuality. I won't go into it today, but just to end it here, just to give you guys a tease. It actually makes sense to me that gay men would be really masculine on account of the fact that they're attracted to, well, men.
Oh, I know what it is. So this must be one of those older models that has that infamous glitch, which processes unknown images as fear and aggression.
But what honestly doesn't really make a great degree of sense is why gay men are really attracted to effeminate men, or why effeminate gay men would even exist. I mean, what makes a man that likes men want to be with a man that acts like a woman? You think it kind of, I don't know, defeat the purpose? But see, it wouldn't if my theory is correct. My theory is, what if the gay person's body doesn't know that it's gay? Now, of course, this is just conjecture. I have no scientific peer-reviewed evidence of this. It's just a thought experiment. But what if the person who is a homosexual isn't actually a homosexual? What if their body thinks that it's the opposite sex? I mean, what if these men act like women because their body thinks that they're females? What if being transgendered is just a stretch of homosexuality? Now again, like it's just conjecture, it's just me talking. But I think it's a fun thing to think about. I'll probably explore that topic some other time in the future, maybe. If I don't offend too many people now.
This is really interesting. It just says conversation replacement. Oh, it's a red Solo cup and a ping pong ball.
Scoff in your general direction. Seriously, I've chatted up with drunk women before and they're not the best people at conversations. So no, beer pong is not a conversation replacement. Talking to drunk women is a very difficult thing, at least having an intelligent conversation is. Or maybe it is when the woman's already kind of stupid. Maybe that's what the real problem there is.
Okay. No way! A freaking guide of helpful tricks. Okay, so you know those cheat guides for video games? Think of this the same exact way. Watch this. Feminism.
I think again the joke is lost on me, sir. I don't really see what the joke here is. What's the joke? Feminism makes masculinity move around in an awkward way. I'm a little confused.
Rape culture. Maybe you could consider the consequences of your privilege and the subtle ways in which your blindness has supported patriarchal oppression. Whoa!
so cool!
So if I get the metaphor here, and I could be wrong, you know, because, you know, I'm stupid, but are you saying that acknowledging the fact that you have privilege destroys masculinity? Is that what you're putting on the table? Because that's what I'm picking up. And if that be the case, I must ask, why would you want to destroy masculinity? Now, the obvious answer to that question is because you think it's the root of all things evil, or it comes from the being that created all things evil. Which makes me wonder, I mean, is that the Queen of Monsters? Is the Queen of Monsters this person who created masculinity? Because, I mean, that would be interesting. Like, if you think it was a woman that created masculinity, the most evil thing ever, that would blow a feminist smile. Just, what, a woman? The embodiment of evil created masculinity? Wow, right? That's what I would say if anyone asked, who created masculinity? The Queen of Monsters is what you should tell them. No, but seriously, I don't get the joke. I don't get it. You're really bad at this whole joke thing. I just want you to know that.
Alright, that's it for me. As you can see, this product self-destructs, so I'm glad I never bought into the hype. Bye!
And I was right. I was right. That is exactly what this entire video is. It's just you whining about the fact that you were never masculine. So in order to deal with your insecurities, you have to put it down and make it seem like it's a bad thing you never wanted in the first place. You know, in all honesty, you really, really honestly do sound like a little girl. And I don't mean that in an offensive... Actually, no, I do kind of mean that in an offensive way. You really are acting like a little girl. And it sucks that some guy on the internet has to say this to you, but seriously, just because you're not the most masculine person in the world doesn't mean that masculinity is a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. The interesting thing to me is the fact that you can look at all of the bad things of masculinity and not once stop and think of all the passive-aggressive bullshit of femininity. And this is coming from an individual that likes women. I like talking to women, and I like being around women. But evil is evil. Being masculine or being feminine isn't evil unto itself. You can be an evil person regardless of those things. Stop trying to associate being a man with being a horrible, terrible thing, because it's not. And stop pretending that there isn't anything evil or bad that women can do, because there's lots of shitty things that women do. All the fucking time, actually. And I'm not talking about, you know, like drowning your kids. I'm just talking about stringing guys along in order to get attention from them. That's a pretty shitty thing. But if I mention that, oh, you're just a bitter nice guy. If I mention beta orbiters, it's amazing to me. It's amazing how people can constantly call out men and call them all shitty, horrible, terrible people. But the moment you start to say, hey, maybe there should be some kind of standard of behavior for women, misogynist! Bothers me. But someone's got to take that L. And it looks like that someone is me. So that being said, man, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, man, go ahead and click the like button. Yeah, shoot, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comments below. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.